All right. Hi, everyone. This is going to be the review for AEW Rampage, March 25th, 2022, with Mickey Reyes and Smokin' Moda.
Hello.
All right, so let's start. Dustin Rhodes versus Lance Archer was the opener. Archer has Dustin's student, but Dustin rushes out to make the save. They brawl on the outside. Archer takes off the turnbuckle pad, so there's an exposed turnbuckle at the top. Dustin goes for a senton on the outside. Archer dodges. Archer basically dominated most of this match. Dustin tries to rally a couple times, but gets cut off. Dustin finally rallies, and then he gets a crossroads in for a two. Archer hits a suplex and a full Nelson slam for a one. Then he hits a choke slam, gets a two. Archer goes for blackout, but Dustin just kind of falls off, like his shoulders or something. And then they walk to the exposed turnbuckle, and Dustin kind of pushes Archer into it. So Archer's head hits the exposed turnbuckle, and then he hits a jackknife cover, and then Dustin gets the three. I'm very, I wasn't expecting Dustin to win, but I guess since he's in his hometown, it did get like a nice pop for the crowd that Dustin won in his hometown. But like, I mean, immediately after, Archer's like super pissed, and then he just beat the crap out of him. And then people try to come in to save him, and then he just beats up all of his students. And then like Dustin's already bleeding, and he just gets choke slammed through a table. So like Dustin got murdered at the end of it, even though he won the match.
Yeah, so Lance Archer now has a loss on his record, and the crowd gets to see Dustin murdered. We're pretty close to it at the end of the match. So, yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the ending of this because it was like the worst of both outcomes.
I actually didn't mind. I mean, sure, Dustin won, but like because of the aftermatch beatdown, I still think it made him strong. Like it didn't make him look weak in any way because he hit his head on the exposed turnbuckle and then he kind of just got rolled up right after in like a very slow way. But
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it was fine.
I think it's because Lance Archer was too high in the rankings. And AEW was like, okay, how do we bring this guy down? Because we have other people we need to challenge for the belts.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was fine. I mean, it wasn't that great. I think it was about like a solid 10-minute match.
Yeah, the
It
match.
was, I mean, Archer dominated almost all of that.
Yeah, the match itself was fine overall. I mean, wasn't anything special, but yeah, it was a solid match overall.
All right, so Jay Lethal promo, and Jay Lethal's just very frustrated, and he's like, he's got to find a way to win because he lost to Starks due to outside interference, and then he lost to Cole due to outside interference. And he's just like, there needs to be a way to win. So he's just very frustrated. And my thought process is just turn heel. Apparently, that always works.
Yeah.
That's how you win. There you go, Jay Lethal. That's my advice for you. Even though you're never going to hear this, but there's the advice. Just turn heel. Then Fuego del Sol in the ring for a promo. Like, I don't know why. The first thing I got from this is that Jericho called him Pinky Lee. I was like, wait, he did? That's funny. I was like, why the hell is Fuego giving a promo? And Fuego's just like, I'm gonna take the fight. And he calls out House of Black. And I'm just like, oh, so I guess Fuego wants to get murdered today. That's what it
Yep.
is. And then he does. Like, I think was it Buddy Matthews just like beat him. And Brody, they called it a Fire Thunder Driver. That's what Excalibur called it, but it was not that. Brody King had Fuego up. Like think of Ricky Stark's Rochambeau, except instead of like landing on your front, he got spiked into a pile driver.
Yeah.
And that's definitely not the Fire Thunder Driver. But so it was a bad call. I don't know what you would call that. I hope it gets called something cool. And Chris Jericho is just like they're just throwing him aside like a piece of basura. And I was laughing so hard. For people that don't know, basura is trash. It's like It's because like they're just throwing him aside like a piece of trash. It's the fact that he said that in Spanish that just made me laugh so hard. And he said it in the tone that I just said it. He was like, they're throwing him aside like a piece of basura. It was so
It
funny.
was the line of the night, I guess.
Oh my God, I was laughing so hard. And Dark Order comes out, and then apparently they're gonna feud with House of Black. So, good luck with that, Dark Order. I
I
don't think you're gonna win that one.
I like the segment mostly because it was just Fuego getting beat up in the ring. Jericho's line, and I guess this is building up a further feud. But I don't think Dark Order really had any reason to come out in the first place, just to stare down House of Black.
They wanted TV time.
That makes sense. Since Paige doesn't want to hang out with them, they have to make up their own reasons.
True. All right, open challenge for the TNT title is now closed. That was what Scorpio Sky and American Top Team said. So almost immediately after that, Red Dragon versus 5 and 10. So 10 just did some muscle moves before break. That's what I called it. Showing off his muscles. That was
Yeah,
it. Red Dragon took control during the break. 10 makes the hot tag. It was weird that 10 was the one that was taking the heat this time. So 10 makes the hot tag
like
2-5. So then
yeah,
5 is the one that has to go out and start to run wild. But he doesn't really do that. It was funny when 10 made the hot tag. It was Kyle O'Reilly was on
Kyra
top of him,
on the back.
and Bobby Fish trying to pull him back.
That looked really cartoony, and I was like,
It was
okay.
very cartoony. So they had a spot here where Kyle O'Reilly had 5 in the guillotine, and then 10 hit a spine buster on Bobby Fish on
On
top of
five.
5 to break it up. I'm just like, you just killed your own partner. And then I was like, it definitely hurt 5 way more than it hurt O'Reilly. I don't know what else they did, but it was basically chasing the dragon onto 5, and then that was the finish.
This was. I mean, I was laughing a lot of the match because, yeah, when they had Kyle O'Reilly on the. Like, it was 10 giving a piggyback ride to Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish grabbing the foot, and then 10 just deciding to throw, like, Fish on his own partner to think that would help him.
It was it was unique. We'll
It
call that
was.
one unique.
I'll remember this one. I mean, to be honest, given the short time they had for this match, this did make it a lot more memorable.
Yeah. So, was it? I think they were beating down 5 and 10, and then Jurassic Express tried to make the save, and then Cole just steals their title. It's like, all right. So now, not only is Adam Cole not gonna win the championship, but now Red Dragon's not winning it either.
Yep.
Good one. All right, Nyla promo, meh. Nyla Rose versus Maddie Renkowski. I just thought, all right, this is gonna be a squash, right? Yes, it was. They mentioned on commentary that Maddie trained under Thunder Rosa. I don't know if that's true or not. Um, and then I noted here for more backstory, this is actually the second time that Maddie Renkowski actually wrestled Nyla Rose. And like the first time they went like this one was just a straight squash, but the first time they went like a lot longer.
Oh, okay.
And like what happened was Nyla Rose and Maddie Renkowski used to team together. This was during the pandemic when like there was no crowds. So like they teamed together for a while, and like Maddie just kept losing, and then Nyla was just like, "All right, you're kind of dead weight or something," and then that got Maddie mad, and then that's what started like their like one match where like Maddie like it went like 6 minutes or something where Maddie just was getting murdered, and this is their second match, and I'm surprised they didn't point that out on commentary. Either way, it was a squash.
Yeah.
So
At least it
Hook
was
comes
short.
out, yeah, Hook comes out to get the QT certificate of whatever. Um, I laughed when Aaron Solo just pulled out a confetti gun. And then I laughed even more when Hook just threw Solo through the
Through the
award.
certificate.
And Danhausen just comes out and he tried to curse Hook, but he just shrugged it off and then walked away. So that was like, this is
This
probably the most pointless fucking thing ever.
the most random thing I've seen in a while.
Yeah. So main event time. Swerve Strickland versus Ricky Starks for the FTW Championship. I like Swerve's theme music. I always bop to it. I just want to throw that out there. You can just imagine me sitting on my couch, just like bopping into the beat of Swerve's music when he comes out. So he started off with like chain wrestling. Swerve did some pretty sick counters. And then he mocks Ricky Starks with his like pose. So Ricky throws Swerve into the turnbuckles and then takes control. Swerve hits a massive knee to the face of Starks. Gets a flurry of offense where he hits like a spinning uppercut to Ricky's back, and then he hits like a leaping flatliner and gets a 2 count. Um, Swerve goes up top. Ricky stops it. They trade move attempts. Swerve trips Ricky Starks and he falls on the to the outside. Swerve hits a running shooting star press off the apron. It looked pretty nice, but it did not land correctly, I think. Swerve hits a
Yeah.
nasty double stomp onto Starks, but Starks kicks out at 2, and I think that was like that's Swerve's finish, and he just was shocked, couldn't believe that Starks still kicked out of that. And Ricky looked dazed as hell when
Yeah.
when they showed the camera on him. Like it looked like a really cool because it was like so like as Swerve is like touching Ricky, he like opens his legs so like he's not like killing Ricky, but like it looked so cool. Like it I thought that would have been the finish for sure. So
Yeah.
like that definitely made Ricky look strong kicking out of that. Um Swerve gets countered and rolled up, but it's just a 2. Ricky goes for a dive, but Swerve hits him. And then Hobbs just runs out of nowhere and drills Swerve, throws him back into the ring, and then Ricky hits Rochambeau for the win. This was 11-14. Keith Lee comes out, um, throws a random guy through the banner. And then Lee gets on the apron, just stares down Team Taz, and then Swerve and Starks fight each other, and then Lee and Hobbs fight, and then the refs try to separate the people. And that was the end of the match. This was obviously the match of the night for me. This
Same.
was a great match. Swerve, I was looking forward to this one the most, and it delivered in my eyes.
Yeah, I thought this one was definitely the most fun to watch.
Yep.
Just because, yeah, we get to see like two guys in actually competitive match where we didn't know who was gonna win at the end because
Oh, I knew Ricky Starks was going to win.
I don't know, Swerve kind of
I just
had me
didn't know
for a
how he
moment.
was going to win. I thought Starks was gonna win. I just didn't know how it was gonna win. I was pretty sure there was gonna be like some sort of interference of some sort, and I was right. But like I didn't think Ricky was losing that one.
With Hobbs, I guess there was no doubt. I
Yeah,
I actually thought Keith Lee was gonna come out for Swerve and be in his corner to equalize things, but guess he had better things to do.
yeah. Um, I guess so. It's more like Keith Lee was just like Swerve can handle it by himself,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then it's like they're not friends or anything, but like that was that's how I took it.
yeah. That makes sense.
But it was I enjoyed this match. Like that was it was a banger.
Yeah, the
But it
yeah. Ricky Starks has been putting on good matches. Like I think back to his match with Jay Lethal. I'm surprised we don't see matches with Ricky Starks more often.
yeah, he's a good worker.
Yeah,
Love Ricky. Yeah, so that was Rampage. Besides main event, I think it was pretty mediocre.
I thought it was
Yeah.
alright.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love the main event. That that's kind of what made it for me.
Yeah, the
But
main event was really good, and I don't know. I'm still laughing over the tag team match, but yeah.
yeah, so that was Rampage. Take it away, Matt.
All right, tune in next week where we cover next week's Rampage. Card is not out yet, but hopefully it'll be as good as this one.